Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel, Politically Very Incorrect. I am your host, Suha Amer. I would like to begin by introducing myself briefly and the reasons that prompted me to launch this channel alongside my blog, which is also called Politically Very Incorrect. I am a Lebanese American Druze, a single mom, and a journalist who has covered since my graduation in 1992 events in the Middle East for the Associated Press and also for the United Nations news desks, both in English and in Arabic. I also wrote articles, analysis, and editorials for prominent Lebanese news outlets and also collaborated with domestic Lebanese TV stations. I have a bachelor's degree in journalism and a certificate as a paralegal. I have also represented the Middle East region in the United Nations World Press Freedom Day, reporting the news in a dangerous world, the role of the media in conflict and reconciliation conference, which was held in May of 2000 in the United Nations headquarters in New York and was moderated by ABC's Peter Jennings. I am currently in the process of writing my first book, From Beirut to LA with Love. I realized at a very early age that life is unfortunately not as easy for some and more so than others, especially for those who were born and raised in the areas of socioeconomic, political conflicts, and military unrests. The two main reasons I have decided to go solo and launch my YouTube channel are: one, the fact that as a survivor of many wars launched in and at my home country, Lebanon, I see this as an opportunity to voice out firsthand the horrendous experiences I have witnessed as a kid, a teenager, and as an adult. And two, frankly, I am sick and tired of the lies, the misinformation, and even the fabrications that the mainstream media and the Zionist Hasbara in the States have been feeding Americans for decades, especially most recently with the unprecedented and brutal bloodshed in occupied Palestine. So here I am, a war survivor who's been feeling a great sense of deja vu most recently. Since the unfortunate, despicable October 7 Hamas attacks on Israeli civilians and the aftermath of the ongoing genocide against Palestinian civilians in Gaza, I somehow have been reliving the horrible memories of my own experiences as a child and as a teenager back in Lebanon. I can hear the sound of bombs when they are launched, the buzzing of the cluster bombs Israel used excessively when they invaded Beirut, especially in 1982, and the fear that has encompassed me of knowing that this bomb, which would cause profound devastation to the whole block where my house was located, might hit our shelter and I might get killed, or my parents, or be maimed, I can sometimes still smell the blood and the stench of dead bodies of those who got stuck under the rubble for 2 months because of the IDF's blockade back then, which lasted for 2 months. And for 2 months, they prevented the entrance of any form of medical aid, food, or even water and milk for babies in Beirut. For 2 freaking months. Who does that? Who does that? Does anyone else in the world discern a lethal pattern of behavior by the most moral army the world has ever encountered? Anyone? My problem has always been with the ease with which the key players worldwide decide to launch wars for profit and wreak havoc and death. Then afterward, they don't give a damn about the tremendous horror and eternal scars they leave behind, both physically and mentally. They don't care. Why should they? We have always been portrayed as third world countries in that part of the region, despite the significant contributions of both our ancestors and contemporaries to the world of science, medicine, engineering, art, and much more. However, for some reason, mainstream media have conveniently overlooked all that history, that rich history. Geez, I wonder why. They seem to also forget to mention the Western colonization era and the invasions in the name of freedom. And somehow all their focus would only be on religious radicalism movements. Movements the Western colonizers created and empowered since the end of the 19th century. For instance, let's take those in recent history. For example, the Taliban, ISIS, and now Hamas. They use them as incentives to conquer and steal other countries' gas and oil wealth. And when these dumb strategies fail and backfire, such as the case was in Iraq, Afghanistan, and now in occupied territories, we commence crying wolf. We conquer those countries, steal their natural resources, and facilitate the reign of dictatorships. Then when those people revolt, we call them terrorists. The sheer hypocrisy is unfathomable, really. Ladies and gentlemen, to be clear, my channel is dedicated to the loved ones I lost as a child and to the friend I witnessed being blown up at the age of 14 by a car bomb. My channel is dedicated to the civilian victims of October 7 and to the victims of the planned, yes, planned, as I will discuss in my next video, ongoing slaughter of Palestinian civilians, especially the children in the Gaza Strip. My channel is dedicated to my mom. May her soul rest in peace. And to all those who value humanity, empathy, and especially the truth. Bibi was right when he said we are in a fight between two powers, the darkness and the light. Yes, indeed, we are. Humanity is indeed in a fierce fight with the powers of evil that you, Bibi, and the likes of you around the world represent. The Palestinians are not the only ones who are prisoners of the Zionist occupation. The Israelis themselves, whether they are aware of it or not, are also prisoners of their own making. Their own wrong choices and their actions are harming Jews around the world, and will continue to do that until they wake up. In my opinion, peace can be achieved. It's not that complicated. However, both the Palestinian and the Israeli leaderships have proven yet again to be rotten and corrupt, and are willing to sacrifice their people for personal gain. Ask yourselves, who is paying the highest price, and for what goals? Is it worth it? The US has lost the privilege of playing a fair key player in any peace process because this administration has proven to be the biggest disappointment in the US modern history in regards to the BS foreign policy of becoming the ultimate slave to a radical regime in Israel, a fact that will cost us Americans a lot. And I don't necessarily mean financially only. Finally, I want to thank each one of you for stopping by. If you are like me, someone who genuinely cares and values the truth, who is not afraid to ask questions, others, especially in the mainstream media, don't care or dare ask, then by all means subscribe to my channel, hit the button or the bell button to be notified when I drop a new video, share and like as much as you can, please, to help me with the algorithm. And if you want to share your ideas and your perspectives, please leave a comment or reach out via the channel's email in the description. I'm going to leave in the description below. My next video will be on what we know so far happened on October 7 and also before October 7. So please stay tuned. This is your host, Suha Amer. Until next time, don't be afraid to stand up for the truth and for what is right. Peace.